This is Ken Pyle with VOD TV. We're at the 2012 Broadband Community Summit. We're with Sue Spradley of US Ignite. Sue, why don't you tell us about US Ignite?
Sure. US Ignite is actually a public-private partnership. It will be funded really by private companies such as Juniper, etc. And it's all about actually enabling applications on communities like Utopia behind me and other great communities all around the world.
So the public part, where does that come in?
The public part comes actually from working with the National Science Foundation, who is doing the initial research around kind of the next generation. How do you actually enable next generation of internet capability? And then we come in to help create the applications working with the Mozilla Foundation that will run on that network and test them in communities like Utopia, Cleveland, Chattanooga, etc.
So I guess it'd be kind of like bringing the internet to the last mile. Is that kind of the concept?
It is, and it's really not only just bringing it to the last mile, but then looking and saying, what do you do with it? You know, and that's one of the biggest challenges we have out there is people get the connectivity and they don't know, what am I going to do with it? So we've got 6 areas that we're focused on of national needs, such as energy, healthcare, workforce, employment and training, as you can imagine, public safety, etc. And those areas of focus is where we're actually looking to bring those applications. And then they'll be tested in communities like this and hopefully change the way people use the internet.
Well, we've been out interviewing and seen a lot of these deployments out there, and so there are a lot of electric co-ops, independent telcos, small cable companies that have these kind of fiber to the home deployments. So, you know, how do they get a hold of you, or what's the relationship there between those entities and yourself? Yeah,
actually, US Ignite is a partnership they can join in by coming out to our usignite.org website. They can actually join in there. And then once they come in, you might say, well, what do they do? Well, what we work with them then is to understand what are the needs in their community. What is it that they'd like to solve? Maybe they have a foundation there. For example, in Chattanooga, they have a local foundation working with the electric power company there to say, how can we change the way education's done in the Chattanooga and the great surrounding areas? And so they can participate by joining. And then we bring the Mozilla, we bring all the university research happening to try to help them think about new ways to use the network.
And is it kind of a two-way type of situation? Because as we've been out there, we've seen a lot of creative, especially working with local foundations and so forth, a lot of creative ideas on how to make this fiber, useful.
Absolutely. Matter of fact, one of the things that I'll talk about a little bit tomorrow in my keynote is the fact that we have found success in these communities happen when you get the entrepreneurs, people really thinking about what can I do. The foundations who are usually trying to solve either a local or a national type problem, and then obviously the network itself. When those all come together, that is exactly what we see. Is we see this kind of two-way opportunity for them to say, think of these ideas. We come with them with ideas that have been shared in other communities, and it begins to grow. And hopefully, what's a small network of communities today will just continue to grow and grow all across the country.
The fact that Mozilla's, the Mozilla Foundation is part of this, it says to me that maybe there's a big open source type of, focus on this?
There is. One of the things that the research is showing us is that what's called software-defined networks or open flow networks is in fact how we see the internet changing and growing in the future. And so Mozilla, of course, is our leaders there. But they also have this incredible ability to reach out to designers anywhere and give them a problem to solve and initially say, hey, maybe think of us as an idea, ideation kind of phase. What kinds of things can we do? And then run a contest and then bring those ideas in. And what a great way to solve, again, some kind of challenging public problems that aren't easily solved necessarily on their own.
And so it sounds like in some sense US Ignite is almost kind of that Mozilla Foundation for the infrastructure and for the applications that reside in that. Is that?
We are. I would look at us almost like we connect the dots because we have the research being done by the National Science Foundation and its associated research universities. We have Mozilla, who's coming up with these great applications, and we have the communities. And our job is to make sure that all of them work together. And then other great organizations like GigU, for example, that's out there today, working in universities who want to help bring applications to those environments as well. So.
Yeah, because oftentimes there is an anchor institution. It might be university or junior college, so forth.
That's right. Like in the case of Cleveland, Case Western is a great example of an anchor university working with one community there. And then from there, they're looking at applications for healthcare. It's a perfect example of how we're looking at a public problem and solving it with networks.
Well, super. And you're conveniently located here in Dallas,
I am.
right? So.
I am. That's good news.
Yeah, central to the country.
Yeah, exactly. Easy to get here and really kind of a fun place to live because we get to see all the different changes happening in Dallas as well, and now we see it happening across the country. So it's a lot of fun.
Well, Sue, I appreciate your time and good luck with US
Thank you.
Ignite.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right.